'Cause I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. I've travelled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Been to Tullamore, Seymour, Lismore, Malulaban, Nambour, Rich, Dorkill, Mormorilla,
Longreach,
Emmaville, Wallaville, Connemara, Connemara, Strathrown, Prospine, Aladala,
Longreach,
Gingin, Lillaquin, Muckdilla,
Longreach,
Wallavilla, Cumberilla, I'm a killer. I've been everywhere, man.
Yeah. I tell you where he has been. He's been to Morella, which is not very far from Longreach, I found out the other day. And you know how I found that out? I was talking to this bloke, and his name is Russell Poole. He is in Longreach. G'day, Russell.
Hey.
There you go, mate. It's Neil here. The other one you've already spoken to is Rob. We always start with a hard question. Are you ready?
Yep.
Where the hell's Longreach?
Where the hell's Longreach? It's just not far from the centre of Queensland. Actually, we're about 1,300 k's from Brisbane. So it's sort of called the Central Western Queensland. So, yeah, basically about 100 k's from that is the dead set centre of Queensland. So that sort of gives you some indication where Longreach is.
Now, Russell, when I hear Longreach, I hear Stockman Hall of Fame rings in my ears. It's probably the part that most people would go to when they go to Longreach. But I guess there's more to the town than that. For a bloke who's been there for a while and loves the joint, what do you love most about your town?
I suppose, well, there's lots of other things for, obviously, the Qantas Museum, and got quite a few big planes there now. You can sort of get up and do the wing walks, and, the actual museum itself is quite interesting. Obviously the Hall of Fame, but there's obviously quite a few other things there too. They've got a lot of stagecoaches, Cannon & Co. have stagecoaches that go through out of town there, so you actually hop on a proper Top and Cove cut, and they take you out and around, and they can take you out to the sheep station and watch a few sheep being shorn, and also the paddle boat, the river. We did have one that sunk, but we've still got a couple. And the sunset cruises, that's sort of a big thing, where you can hop on a little paddle boat and go up and watch sunset down the Thompson, which is it's quite a nice experience with that one. So and what's the big place?
So you've been out there all your life?
Yeah, no, our family's sort of been here since 1905, so we've been on the same station, fourth generation here. So, I sort of went away to boarding school a bit, and then to Riverina and played around with a few sheep down there, and sort of ducked off to uni for a bit, then eventually came back home. Yes.
So I was talking to a mate of yours the other day, Cam, on a podcast that you helped me arrange, and he tells me that the town's got a really strong community feel to it, though. That's the other thing that makes Longreach pretty special to live in.
Definitely, for sure. I think most people in there will help anyone out as long as they want to help themselves. They'll definitely. There's never normally an issue if you're stuck out of town, or if there is an issue, most people come and help and try their best to accommodate other people, because I suppose it's the distance. I suppose a lot of people are driven here by car, or if not even flown, but even when you're flying, you sort of cover a lot of country where you don't see anything, so you sort of appreciate where you're in the middle of nowhere, and you want to be, you just want to be appreciative of other people, and it's a good sense of community. Just help everyone out, and they'll help you out. So it's I definitely agree with Cam. It's a good little community.
And I was impressed. It's a town of 3,000 people, and it's still got a daily flight in and out. I reckon somebody might have an historical reason for doing that. Qantas was invented there.
Yeah, that's right. There's a bit of a discrepancy between Winton and Longreach, actually, but so I think they're supposed to start in Winton, and the creeks were up and they couldn't get there. But anyway, it started off in Longreach, and I think there's always been a bit of blue between Longreach. I'm not sure the proper history on that one, but definitely started there. That's why the museum's here, and they've actually got a 747 proper old one sitting up there. I think it's got 30 million Ks or something like that, done or flown. It's around the world a fair few times, so it's a beautiful big old aircraft, and you've got a couple other aircraft there as well. So it's a good little museum to come and have a look at. Actually, it's quite a spectacle coming up over the hill, and you see the water tower, and then you see a big wing of a 747 Qantas plane, which you can't miss it. It's quite good.
The vastness of agriculture always gets me. Russell, I was one of 8 children that was brought up on 365 acres down here. What does a farm around Longreach need to be to raise 8 children?
Oh, geez, yeah, I don't know. In today's world, yeah, quite big. We're sort of, anywhere between 40 and 80,000, I suppose, and that's sort of more of a bonus. So yeah.
Yeah, you're thinking that's your backyard, the 365 acres.
That's the horse paddock.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, obviously that country down at Geelong I know well. So I was in the Riverina there for quite a while, 3 years I suppose, and we used to travel around a bit. So it's beautiful country down there. So a bit more reliant rainfall too down there, which we sort of don't quite have here. It's sort of a bit marginal. So.
Well, the good thing about 365 acres for Rob was every day for 4 years they had somewhere to go different. But sadly, when they got to the 29th of February, he'd have to scratch his head and wonder what he'd do. That was his problem.
I got very confused.
Yeah, okay.
Now, Russell, people who want to come up to Longreach, it's a long way from anywhere, so there would want to be some decent accommodation options available to them. What's the go?
There's quite a few different places. The old pastoral college actually has just opened up. There's quite a few houses there. I think that's if you want to stay here for quite some time, and obviously live in a sort of a house, and quite a few motels around. There's Abajaz, the Jumbuck, Longreach Motor Inn, and there's quite a few others there. So there's quite a lot of accommodation really, but tourist season is quite. And there's 3 big caravan parks there now. There's one just out on the river, the Muddy Duck they call it. It's a bit of a cracking spot out there, and it's sort of out of town a bit, so you've got plenty of room to sort of sit out and you're sort of not in town. You can watch the sunset, and so there's plenty of accommodation. If you come up by fly or drive, you would have to book ahead, I'm assuming, because tourist season does get quite busy. So and there's also a bus that comes up as well, but yeah, it's a little bit longer and a little bit slower, but you probably get to sit back and watch the countryside go by. And also the train as well. There's quite the train that comes over from Rocky as well. So but as far as accommodation is concerned, there's for everyone's level of budget. There's a couple of pub rooms and a couple of nice rooms at the Longreach Motor Inn, and anyone who is coming up, I dare say, you just book ahead, just to save disappointment or rolling a swag out under a tree. So
just tell them Russell Poole and you'll be in, I would have thought. Russell, thanks for taking some time out of your busy Saturday morning to have a chat to a couple of clowns down in Geelong. Very kind of you to do that, and we'll look forward to having a cool drink on a warm afternoon in Longreach one day.
Sounds good. No, thank you very much for that.
Thanks, Russell.
Good on you, mate.